Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date 40, reference 228235 in Rolex Everose Red Gold. The watch is 40mm, and if you recall the debut of the Day-Date 40 back in 2015, it did not change the size of the prior Day-Date too dramatically, going from 41mm down to the 40 you see here, but the watch fits entirely different, and of course there is a new caliber as well as a revised bracelet. Let's get down to the basics. Lug-to-lug is where you'll see the biggest difference here, as the timepiece now stretches a true 47.5mm across the wrist. The newly pivoted end links of the revised President bracelet do not project beyond the lug, so the lug-to-lug of 47.5 is the distance across the wrist. The thickness of the case is 12.1mm, and the spacing between the lugs 21mm. You can see how the watch wears proportionally on my 16cm circumference wrist, and it is a very solid timepiece, as a modern gold Rolex on a full bracelet feels like a platinum watch from any other brand. It's that hefty. Now, part of the reason is that the case back is made of gold, whereas most watches today feature a simple and rather cheap and flighty sapphire case back that is light in weight and rather light on the budget of the manufacturer, Rolex sparing no expense and not shorting you the gold. Moreover, the solid center links of the bracelet add an extra heft, and you will note that pivoted end link. I should also mention that, as ever, we have screws fixing the removable links, but unseen inside this new bracelet for the Day-Date 40, ceramic coated pins. In the past, Rolex bracelet stretch was caused not by stretch, but by the thinning of the pins that sit between the links, and the thinning of the pins created the play. With the ceramic coating, the gold can no longer aggress against the pin surfaces, so there will be no stretch. And because the bracelet, the President here, is so solid, because it also ventilates the wrist so well, there's no need to regard this as anything but a sports bracelet. This is a sports watch. The clasp itself is more substantial than in the past. As you can see, it features an internal beacon hook system. There's also more metal than in the past and more gold. The vertical trigger system turns the crown clasp into a vertical pivot trigger, so it looks friction fit. It is not. You must unlatch and unlock it to open it. And as you can see, there are additional removable links here, so you can properly size this one. Quite a few removable links for micrometric sizing with the individual small links. They feel silken and they allow you to make very small incremental sizing adjustments. You will note that this watch was not properly enjoyed by its prior owner because some of the original shipping stickers are still there. I'm not going to remove them, that's your business, but please treat this watch accordingly. Wear it on your wrist. Twin lock crown, the double dots indicating this is a gold twin lock crown, 100 meters, water resistant, automatic, and fully loomed. Did I tell you this is a sports watch? I meant it. The fluted bezel, as you can see here, unrefinished, completely virgin as it left Geneva. It has almost the twinkle of a cut gem. That is what an unspoiled Rolex fluted bezel is like. The dial is a lovely Tapestry design, laser etched for this new generation of Day-Dates. So that pattern is laser etched, and there's a lovely champagne tone somewhere between silver and pink. You have rose gold indices, rose gold hands, rose gold 5-point Rolex coronet, and then I have to mention that the Cyclops eye wears better on the 40 and 41mm Day-Dates than it does on the smaller models. It doesn't quite monopolize or dominate the dial, whereas on the smaller watches it feels like it crowds the dial. Well, no horological hegemony here. It's balanced, and I prefer it on this size dial. Now, you also have the conventional double quick-set functionality, so you have the ability to reset the date, and by turning in the opposite direction, reset the day. The timepiece featuring stop seconds. Pull the crown out. Now you've stopped the seconds or hacked the watch. You can set it to a reference. Again, 100 meters water resistant, and underneath that case back, manufacturer caliber 3155. It's a new generation movement for a new generation Day-Date, and it has a 70-hour power reserve thanks to a few refinements: reprofiled train wheels, the new Rolex Chronergy escapement, a reimagining of the Swiss lever that is Rolex's answer to Omega's coaxial. There is also a thinner mainspring barrel with a larger mainspring, the result being the jump from the prior 48-hour power reserve up to 70. It still beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, pivoting on 31 joules, and it still has a bit of a sports watch architecture to it with a free-sprung index and a full balance bridge for shock resistance. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, but Rolex then takes the chronometer certified bare movement, because that's how bare movements are certified. They go to the COSC without the watch, they come back, they get cased up. That can change the timing of the movement. Rolex checks after casing to ensure that the movement runs better than chronometer time, -2 + 2 seconds per day, hence the superlative chronometer nomenclature on the dial. Now finally, there is an overcoil hairspring, a Breguet overcoil profile made by hand at Rolex that helps the watch to keep that excellent time in any orientation on your wrist or during the chronometer test. And finally, the overcoil is a blue oxidized niobium zirconium anti-magnetic alloy that helps to steel your watch against magnetic fields created by high-powered home and office electronics. You can see and you can purchase this Rolex Day Date 40 in Everose rose gold on the watch box. Rolex Day Date 40 in Rolex's proprietary Chromolite blue lume.